Hi everyone, it's Michelle. If you are new here, welcome. If you are not new and you're back for more, welcome back. um, this is going to be another whip and chat, and I just wanted to explain a couple of things because I know in my last whip and chat I just kind of realized these videos are a little bit behind because I had to pre-record a lot of stuff while I'm in the camper. By the time you're seeing this, I'll probably be home, but I had to do some pre-recording in the camper, so some of the stuff that you're hearing is from a week or two before you actually get to see the video. So I apologize for that, but it's just the way things are working out here. I'm not able to get things uploaded very easily, so yeah, so I'm trying to do things in advance so that I don't end up with, nothing to share. So, right now I am working on Scary Haul from Dreamer Designs, in which I know I've mentioned in my videos before, but I'm going to throw it out there again. I am an affiliate for Dreamer Designs, and I have a code in my description box for a 15% off discount. So if you click the link and then use my code, which is Chelle, C-H-E-L-L-E, which is the last half of my name, 15, and it's capital letters, so you can get a 15% off discount with Dreamer Designs. So yeah, this kit, I think I said it's Scary Haul. This is the first one I've worked on from Dreamer Designs, and it is very, so far anyway, in the bottom half of this kit, it is very confetti heavy, which I like confetti a lot. It takes longer to do because you have to switch colors all the time and all that, but I really do like it better because I get bored. I guess I've got ADHD like everyone else. But I get bored doing the color blocking. So I really do like the color or the confetti better, but this one is really confetti heavy, at least the bottom part of it is. It looks like the majority of the kit will be, except for maybe at the top. Up there's a little bit of color blocking in the top. And I don't think I'll mind that at all because I will be probably tired of all the confetti by the time I get there. So, part of the reason why I'm doing this whip and chat today is because, one, I wanted to talk to you about this kit. I wanted to tell everyone what I think about it because I've been talking about how great Dreamer Designs is for a while, and I hadn't actually worked on a kit, so I wanted to let y'all know what I think about the kit now. Also, I have a little story I wanted to tell everyone because I rescued a kitten this morning from the park here. And it was just a baby kitten. Well, it was old enough that it could eat dry food because I gave it some of my dog's food. And no, I don't want to know if cats aren't supposed to eat dog food. I've heard that before. I don't know. I don't really care. The kitten was out there crying and it was hungry. And I didn't have cat food and I wanted to feed it. So it got some dry dog food. I couldn't keep the cat because I am allergic. I have welts all over me. I had to come home and take a shower after I got done with the cat. I took it to our local animal shelter. It's just a kitten. I mean, it was a baby cat. I had a cat when I was just a little girl, and my parents gave it away. And I've realized as an adult, or young adult, whatever, when I was younger, much younger, that I was allergic. Not severely allergic, like I get to where I'm stuffed up. If it gets on me, I will get like welts and I'll itch. So when I got back from dropping the cat off, I'll tell you the whole story about the cat. But anyway, I had to get in the shower because I was getting all itchy, but I'm fine now. Anyhow, so what happened was I went out this morning to walk the dogs, and it was about 9 o'clock this morning, I think, and they had already been out, but a coworker had come by and got the dogs all wound up, and so they wanted to go for their walk, so we went. Well, we got down. I have a route that I always take. There's a road that goes through the park, and I always go around that road to the main road, and then I will either turn around and walk back through the road in the park, or I will walk down the main road back to the entrance of the park, which is pretty much where my camper is. Anyway, we got down a little ways. Excuse me. Oh. We got down a little ways, and I hear this meowing, and I usually listen to a podcast or something as I'm walking, or the news in the morning. A lot of times I will listen to the news, put the news on. Anyway, I carry my phone with me and just listen to something. So I shut my phone off because I thought I could hear something. And I did. I heard meowing, and the first thing I thought was, oh no, the kitten. Because my husband had told me, I think it was Sunday he was out working, or Saturday, I'm not sure. He was out working in the park, doing something. I think it was Sunday, yeah, the kids had been here. Anyway, I think he had been mowing. He'd been doing some mowing. And he come back to the camper, and he said that there were some people out here that were going to drop off a bunch of kittens, and some other people that were here camping were fighting with them. So I don't know if they knew each other. I don't really know the whole story. But he told them that they had to leave. They couldn't drop off kittens in the park and leave them. That's against the rules. It's against the law. It's just cruel, because there are trails out here. You can hear coyotes yipping at night. You can hear wolves howling. You can, it's just, those kittens would be eaten quickly if they were left here. Well, apparently these people left them kittens here. And this cat was meowing like crazy this morning, and I tied my dogs up to, there's a horseshoe area over there, so there's the pole sticking up out of the ground, so I put their leash around that, and I left them a little ways down, and I walked, I don't know why I'm yawning. I walked down to where I heard the cat at, which wasn't a real far distance, just, a couple yards. Anyway, the dogs were barking like crazy, of course, and I could see where the cat was, but it wouldn't come to me. So I thought, well, maybe, it kept coming out, and then it would go back a little ways again. And I thought, well, it's probably afraid because the dogs are barking. I can't stop yawning. Oh, so anyway, I decided I'd take the dogs back to the camper and put them in there in the camper, and go back and see if I could get the cat to come out and let me pick it up. So I took 2 little dishes with a little bit of water and a little bit of dog food in it, and I set them down, and the cat came out almost immediately when I set the dishes down. So I believe the cat was hungry. And I'm trying to find a new color that I need. If I find the right, yep, there it is. Okay. The cat came out immediately, but every time I would get close to it, then it would kind of back away and try and go back in the, there was like a tree had fallen, and there's, it's kind of in the wilderness, but right at the edge. So it would go back into the, you know, the sticks, I guess. And then I couldn't get to it. I mean, I could have, I guess, but I was in flip-flops and, you know, not really dressed to climb around on downed trees and, you know, that kind of thing. So, yeah, this is something else we need to talk about, is this kit. So, anyway, I finally got the cat to let me, well, it didn't really let me pick it up, but I got a hold of it. And then it kind of squirmed and got out of my arms. I'm not used to cats. And it made me a little nervous because it had some claws. Let me tell you, this thing had the claws going on. It didn't ever try to hurt me, though. It never tried to scratch me or anything, but I could tell as it was climbing around on me, you know, I could feel its claws on me. So, and I didn't know if a kitten would, you know, try to claw my eyes out, or, you know, I don't know. I know nothing about cats, really. So, anyway, it jumped out of my arms. I mean, literally jumped and ended up on the ground again. And I went back then and tried to get it. Oh, shoot. Tried to get it again. It took me probably an hour and a half to 2 hours just to get a hold of this kitten. And then I brought it back to the camper, and I'm like, okay, now what am I going to do with you? I couldn't bring her into the camper because of the dogs. I was afraid the dogs would hurt it, or she would hurt the dogs. It was a girl. It was just a black cat, all black. She was so cute, though. She was playing with the weeds in the wilderness. I mean, she was playing with them, like, on her back, batting at the weeds. It was so cute. So yeah, I was like falling in love with this kitten all the time. You know, I was out there, and all along I can hear things moving around in the trails. So a while back I was out walking the dogs, and I saw a couple of baby deer. Yawn again. They weren't babies, but they weren't grown either. So they were kind of in between. I'd say it looked like it was a couple of does, but they were small. Anyway, so I'm sure there's a family of deer in there somewhere. But so I know there are animals that live in those trails, which, you know, of course there are, but the coyotes and the wolves, they would definitely just eat these kittens if they, you know, found them. And I'm pretty sure that these people that my husband seen the other day left these kittens out here, and because there was only one kitten there, unless the others have gotten lost somewhere in the trails, I'm guessing the other kittens have gotten eaten. And this one was just lucky enough to not be eaten yet. I'm sure that if it hadn't, if I hadn't gotten it, it would have gotten eaten. So yeah, I was determined I was going to save this kitten today. So like I said, I brought it back to the camper, and there was this great big box that I had actually gotten some diamond paintings in, but there was a bunch of diamond paintings, and it was a big, not a normal diamond painting box. It was huge. It was one that my mystery box came in, and then I had ordered like 3 extra kits, and they had put them all in this huge box. So we had this box outside of the camper. My husband was going to burn it. He had a shed full of other cardboard. He was going to burn it before we leave, and so I emptied all the other cardboard out of it, and I put the cat down in there thinking, okay, this box is, you know, pretty big. Cat jumps and it gets its paw at the top of the box and it gets right out. And I'm like, shit. So I grab the cat and I'm holding it, and I call my husband. I'm like, what do I do with this thing? I got it now, but what do I do with it? I couldn't bring it inside. I don't have a pet carrier or anything that I could have put it in. I do at home, but I don't have anything here. So he's like, well, call the shelter. I said, okay, bet. So I call the shelter, and they're like, okay, yeah, you can bring it here, but you have to fill out this paper saying that you brought it in. And I'm thinking, okay, well, you know, I don't want to get in trouble for abandoning this cat, but because I tried to save its life, you know, I don't want to be, you know, end up getting in trouble for, you know, the poor cat. But I didn't want to leave it out here either and let it be eaten. So I went ahead and took the cat in, and I dropped it off, and I filled out their paperwork and everything. So now the cat is at the shelter, and I made sure that they will keep it at the shelter until someone adopts it. So they are a no-kill shelter, and the cat is now safe. So I intend to donate something to the shelter, whether it be money, food, blankets, toys. I'm not sure what, but I'm going to make a donation to the shelter for taking the cat, and, you know, to help them out, because they do, you know, God's work, right? They save these animals that are not taken care of, and, you know, I just think that it's a good cause. A lot of animals are they're taken in, and then people decide they don't want them, and they're left behind, and it's just sad. It's, you know, it's sad. So I intend to give them a donation soon, probably after I get home and get things unpacked and stuff, and decide if I want to just write them a check, or if I want to find some things from home. I know a lot of times they can use old blankets, and maybe I'll do both. Send some extra food and things like that. Old blankets, some old toys that they can use for the dogs. I don't know that I don't have anything for cats, but I know that I have lots of things for dogs that, you know, maybe they could use. So that was my good deed for the day. I spent the morning rescuing a kitten, and I felt really good about it, and I just wanted to tell my YouTube family. So that was my story for today. If you're wondering why I'm wearing this crazy glove, it is because I have carpal tunnel really bad in both of my hands. I a lot of times have to wear both gloves. Right now, my left hand isn't bothering me quite as well. Look at this thing. Can you see the strings? No, you can't see them. The strings are hanging off of it. It's actually a compression copper glove. and I have worn it all summer, and it is literally falling apart. I have more of them at home. So yeah, this one's going to go in the trash soon, but it is the only one I have right-handed glove that I have here at the camper. So my hand's bothering me, so I am using it. Crappy looking, strings falling off or not, it does actually really help with the carpal tunnel. And I don't know, maybe there's some arthritis in my hands or something, because my hands just hurt me all the time. So, I used to do a lot of crocheting. I crocheted my husband a great big blanket, huge blanket. Years ago, it took me a year to make it, and I worked on it every day. But it took me like a year to finish it. So it's very big, and it is single stitch crochet. It's a very tight crocheted. Yeah, it took me a long time. So, and he just loves it, but it is so hot. Oh, we put it on the bed, and I'm like, don't cover me up with that thing, because it's terrible. So, I think that's part of the reason I got the carpal tunnel. It's crocheting his blanket. Anyway, so that's the story about my glove. And I wanted to tell you about this kit. So, my eyesight isn't the greatest in the world, and I don't mean to make this sound bad. There are some places on here that I have to use my flashlight in order to see. Now, I know that most of you would probably use a light pad. I do not have one. I have one ordered, and it is on the way, but who knows when I will get it. I've never had to use a light pad on a Diamond Art Club kit, and I do not mean to say anything bad about this kit, because it's working up really nice. The diamonds are staying in place. I have not done a ton of it. I am on the very bottom row of it, and this is what I've gotten done. Like this much right here. This is the edge of the kit here. Let me show you. And I've got, it's a big kit. It's very big. Does it say the size on this? I don't know. Maybe the information's at the top on these. Well, the name is at the top, but I don't see the size. It's over here. I don't see the size on this one. So maybe they don't have the size on their kits. Or maybe they do. Maybe my washi is covering it up. I'm not sure. I don't know. I'll have to check that out. Anyway, it is a big kit. So I haven't done a ton of it, but I have done several small sections here at the bottom. And I think it's turning out good. The diamonds are staying very nice. My only complaint about it is that I am having trouble seeing some of it. Now, it is a dark kit. It is for Halloween. It is called Scary Haul. So, again, I'm going to say, I think part of it could be my eyesight. Part of it could be just that it is a dark kit. So a lot of the colors they're dark blues and grays. And so that's why it may be part of the reason why I'm having trouble seeing. I don't know. When I work on a lighter kit from Dreamer Designs, I will let you know if, I have an easier time with those. But this one, I am having trouble seeing the darker symbols. So especially if they are a dark symbol on a fairly dark color. Now I can see the light ones, like this is like kind of a yellow on or a black print on like a yellow color. Yeah, so that's a real light one that I can see real clear. And I can even see this, it's like a dark blue with black print. That's a E. I can see, now these, I know what they are. They're L's on a like maroon color. They're black print. and I know what they are, but I do have a hard time seeing them. Yeah, they're L's. Okay, I just wanted to make sure. I thought that's what they were. I'm almost finished with this section, but I really am having a tough time seeing a lot of the symbols. But again, I say it is a very dark kit, and it is intended to be dark because it's a Halloween kit. Now, I did the Harry Potter vs. Voldemort one just a little bit ago, and I had no trouble seeing any of those. I hate to compare the companies that way, because I really don't want to say, well, that one is better than the other. The symbols are very clear. With the light, the flashlight on it, I can see the symbols just fine. They're very clear. I do have poor eyesight, and I can't wear my glasses while I do these because I have problems seeing far away. So I have to take my glasses off because my glasses just make it all blurry when I'm looking up close. So yeah, I like the kit. Everything about Dreamer Designs I have really liked up until I had trouble seeing some of these, and I am struggling with that a little bit. But I think a light pad would clear it right up. So as soon as I get me my light pad, I will let y'all know if that helped or not. And in the meantime, I've got my little flashlight here that I use to help me see until I get my light pad in. So that's pretty much all I wanted to say about the kit. Otherwise, it has been nice to work on. I've enjoyed it as far as working on it. I love the diamond. I love to diamond paint, so you know, it's working up real nice. The very beginning here, it's just like landscape over here, and then so we're kind of looking at it going, I don't know what the heck that is. The picture of it that they give you is so small that you can't hardly tell what details is in it. So this over here, though, you can see a whole lot more detail here, because you can see the fence here. You can see that there's a rat here. There's a spider here. I think that's supposed to be an ant. And I can only tell because of the picture in here, because looking at it right here, where I'm right up here on top of it, I can't tell. But I think it's going to turn out real nice. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm not even anywhere near being finished with it, so... other news. I was telling you in my last Whip and Chat about my debacle with my truck. We've got that all settled. The the day I did my Whip and Chat, my last Whip and Chat, was when I was going back in to have my truck worked on, and let me tell you what happened there as soon as I find my other color. Because like I said, this thing is so full of confetti that I'm changing colors about every few seconds. So, and I'm not exaggerating there. It is literally, there are 3 of these in here. 3 of them. So by the time I get these down here, I'll be looking for another color, and we're going to have to, yeah. Because I can't seem to change colors. Yeah, see, there's some right there that yeah, those are 9s, and I couldn't tell what it was right there because they're a black print on a, like, I don't know if that's purple or I think it looks purple on the canvas. But anyhow, okay, so what happened with the truck? I went back that day that I did the last Whip and Chat, and I sat there at Green Chevrolet for 4 hours. They did not come one time and tell me, this is what's going on with it. We'll be with you, shortly, or this is what's going on and it's taking a while. Nothing, not anything, until I was already there for 3.5 hours. Then the guy comes out and he says, well, we're almost finished with it. He's got everything taken care of. The sensor that was bad on it was repaired. It was fixed and repaired. Fixed and repaired. It was repaired, and they found a wire that was damaged. And I'm kind of wondering, they didn't say, but I'm kind of wondering if, because we've been in the park all this time, I wonder if a squirrel or something got up in there and chewed on it or something. I don't know. They never said that it looked like anything. But how does a wire get damaged? I don't know. I have no idea. Anyway, they had torn a bunch of stuff apart to get to this wire or replace it or something, and it got so close to closing time and they couldn't get it finished in time that they finally came out and said, well, we're going to give you a rental car if that's okay, and you can come back when the truck's finished. I was so upset with them because I had sat there for 8 hours between Monday and Wednesday when I was there, the 2 days, or I think it was Monday and Wednesday. I had sat there for 8 hours, and then he decides, because he didn't want to keep his mechanic late to finish the truck, so then he decides he'll give me a rental car and send me home. I wanted to rip this guy's head off. I've got diabetes, and I take insulin in the mornings, and my blood sugar was low by then because I was not intending to be in this place for 4 hours that day. So, and of course I get there and they have my truck. I have no vehicle. I have no way to go anywhere. They do have soda machines and coffee in there, but okay, none of that is healthy. It's terrible for a diabetic. The coffee's okay, but it's not going to do anything for my blood sugar. My blood sugar got so low, I had the shakes. I was feeling awful. So if you know anything about diabetes, it can really make you moody. And by the time I had sat there for 4 hours, again, I sat there for 4 hours. Not impressed, not impressed at all. I had been there for 3.5 hours 2 days before. So, all this time, I'm just sitting there listening to videos on YouTube. There's nothing else I can do, So, anyway, by then I wanted to rip this guy's head off for making me sit there and wait, and then deciding, well, I don't want to keep my guy late, so we're going to let you have a rental car now. Why in the hell didn't they just give me the freaking rental car to begin with and keep the damn truck and fix it on Monday? So I didn't have to sit there for 8 hours altogether. 8 hours. Okay, gotta find another color. I need an L. Right there. Found it. Okay, so I signed the paperwork to take the car, and they gave me an 2020 Equinox, which it was a decent car. It didn't have all the bells and whistles that my truck has, but it was a nice car. It was a year newer than my truck. So I get home and I'm looking at the paperwork that they put in that they'd given me that I signed, and it says, and the guy highlighted this. Now get this. It says in there, do not take out of town. And it's highlighted, okay? Now, they know that I live an hour away from there. They know that I'm going to take it out of town, okay? But yet he highlights this. Like, what, he thinks I'm going to get a hotel and stay there or something? it also says in there to make sure that I fill it back up with gas when I bring it back. And I'm like, oh, hell no. Hell no. Don't think that you're going to put me through all of this and then put on here, do not leave town with it, and bring it back with a full tank of gas. I'm like, you folks are crazy. You folks are literally crazy, because I am not. The price of gas, I already had to drive up there in my truck. Now, listen, my truck gets like 18 miles per gallon. And then, like, you know, some of these hybrids that get 40, 50 miles per gallon. No, I get 18 miles per gallon in my truck. So, yeah. I'd already had to drive it up there twice and back, so there's 2 hours. There's 4 hours on the road from driving it back and forth. Plus all the waiting I had to do, sitting in their waiting room with nothing to do. And then they decide, because they don't want to have to work late, they will send me home in a rental car and tell me don't leave town and fill up the tank. No. So I tell my husband, either you call them or I will, and tell them that, you know, first of all, we had to leave town because my home is an hour away from you. And second of all, we ain't filling this gas tank back up because this is your fault, not mine. And you should have been more prepared. You should have come out and even, you know, given me some information here and there, whatever. You know, the way you went about this, the way you handled this was not great. They did apologize to me when I took the car, and I don't remember, I made some comment, and he said, oh, yes, I do. I said, oh, yeah, because he mentioned to me about making sure I filled the tank back up when I brought the car back. And I said, oh, yeah, that's what I would be worried about, is making sure that I filled that gas tank back up after making me sit here for 8 hours this week. And he said, oh, yeah, things didn't work out the way we would have liked them to. And I'm sorry about that. So that's it. Just, I'm sorry about that. It didn't work out. Yeah. So my husband calls the guy who actually worked on the truck, which, excuse me, the mechanic there is really a nice guy, and he does do a good job. That's why we always go back there, because the guy's name is Victor, and he does a fantastic job working on our truck. So we do keep going back there because we like Victor. My husband actually was driving to another city near us called Peoria. Well, we were actually driving home. Excuse me. And a bird, he thought it was a turkey. Maybe it was a pheasant. I'm not sure. Where we are, there's a lot of pheasants. It might have been a pheasant. He thought at the time it was a wild turkey. But anyway, a large bird like that came out of nowhere and hit our mirror. And it ripped the mirror. Not ripped it off, it busted it. So the plastic on the back of the mirror was just gone. Now, these are electric mirrors. The truck has got like everything you can imagine on it. It's got heated, so the mirrors heat, so if there is ice on them, it will melt the ice off of them. The mirrors come like in, so they're fold in on the truck, so that if it's a narrow space, you can get the truck in, like putting it in the garage or something, you can put the mirrors in so that it doesn't, you don't hit them, whatever. They do all this stuff. So the mirrors were going to be like $1,000. The mirror was going to be like $1,000 to replace it. And, this Victor, he got it so it was replaced under our warranty, our extended warranty, because otherwise it would have cost us a lot of money to replace that. So anyway, this guy, he's great. The rest of them there, not really all that much. But so my husband calls and talks to Victor, and he explains to him how I was treated out there, which Victor had nothing to do with that. And Victor says, well, I really do apologize for that. He says, I'll tell you what we'll do. He said, don't worry about gas in that car. Don't worry about that at all. And we'll fill up your tank on your truck. So there was probably about a half a tank in the truck when I dropped it off to him from driving it back and forth and all that. And so they filled my truck tank up. So I was kind of hoping for more like a free oil change, which is more like $100 and some because it's very expensive. But they did fill up my truck. So yeah, got about a half a tank of gas, which is probably 45 bucks, something like that. So see, every time I find a gem loose, I throw it in this little tray. There's nothing wrong with these gems, but I'm not sure which color it was, so I just throw them back. I throw them in here, and then I have a little dish at the end. I keep them so that, you know, if I would happen to run out of gems, I can maybe find a gem that was the same as what I need if I only need a couple or something. And then at the end, I will pour them into the extras dish that I have, and I'll use that for some other kind of arts and crafts with the kids or some other kind of project if I can. I also have this little dish, which is trash gems. So the gems that are concaved or they have little holes in them, or like this little sucker was a round blob in my squares. And this is normally what I keep them in. This is just the lid to it, but this is the trash drills from the last 2 kits I did from Diamond Art Club, and this is my trash drills from this kit so far. So I think I'm gonna separate these because one of them was square, one was round, and I'm gonna see, you know, just compare it and see about how many gems, you know, were trash in those kits and compared to the Dreamer Design kits, just so I kind of got an idea, you know, if they're drills. I mean, I've had pretty good luck with them. There's been a few, as you can see, drills that I actually kind of mixed some together by accident, and I had to sort them all out. Oh, it was a pain. So there's a few extras in here that are trash drills that I may not would have found at this point. And as you can see, a lot of them are all the same color. Well, if you can see them, I don't know. But because I had to sort them all out, I found a bunch of drills that I normally wouldn't have maybe even realized they were trash drills, but I was looking at them closely, sorting them out. So, anyway, yeah, that's about, I guess. So, back to the truck. I don't know. I am all over the place. That's just, I guess, the way I am. I've been watching Miss Crocheting Coffee or Miss Coffee quite a lot, and I laugh at her videos hysterically because she's very, very funny. If you don't watch her, by any chance, if you don't watch her, you should, because she's hilarious. But I always kind of laugh because she's like all over the place. All the time, all over the place. She'll be talking about one thing and then she goes to another, and it's hilarious, but I'll be like, okay, back to, you know. Well, now I started doing whip and chats for my channel because, I don't know, I thought maybe, you know, y'all might like it. I like to listen to whip and chat and just focus on what the person is telling me, their stories, their whatever, rather than just sit here in quietness. It's hard to watch TV while you diamond paint, because you got to be looking at what you're doing. So otherwise I start thinking about things that I'd rather not think about, start missing my son, or, you know, thinking about something someone said and I start analyzing it, like, what did that mean? Or, you know, my brain goes crazy and then I start stressing myself out and things get bad. So, so I listen to her whipping chats and I'm laughing all the time about how she's all over the place. And yeah, now this is my third whipping chat, and I think I have been all over the place in every one of them. And at very least in these last two, I've been telling stories rather than just kind of talking about, oh, don't lose the ABs, Michelle. Rather than just telling you about me and my family, I've been kind of telling stories now, because I already told you about me. So now I'm, yeah, all over the place. And I may have been in that first one too. I just don't remember. I don't know. My memory is terrible. My ADHD is obviously bad too. It's just terrible. So yeah, and I know I didn't mention in the beginning here about the things that I'm using. I'm using all the same stuff but if you didn't watch before, I'm using I keep saying Distracted by Diamonds. Okay, the reason I have got that company in my head is because I finally made an order of Patty Wax, which is the same as Distracted by Diamonds on Etsy. I was determined I was going to stick with the waxes that come with. This is the Dreamer Designs one, and I do use it. And then this is just some blue wax that I got. I think it came when I bought these pens. I think it came with that. And somebody had said the blue wax is good. I don't know. I might have got that from Miss Coffee, and she may have been talking about something other than just blue colored wax. It ain't no better than anything else I've tried. So I thought, you know, these waxes are not terrible. They really are not. But sometimes I start struggling with them and I'm just like, oh, I need something else to try. So I have heard so much about Patty Wax, and I don't know, some of the smell good waxes and putties that they sell on Etsy. And so I finally did some shopping, and I spent like $50 on Etsy buying wax. So I hope that they are good, because let me tell you, I could have bought me another kit for $50. But I'm really excited because one of them is like cheesecake and berries. The smell. I keep telling myself, okay, Michelle, they're putties, not something to eat. Why do you care if it's cheesecake and berries? Okay. One of them is a Harry Potter one. It had Dumbledore on it, and it said the little phrase about, you know, I can't remember how it goes. Something about being able to see if only one remembers to turn on the light or something like that. Anyway, so I ordered it because it was Harry Potter. And then I ordered, the other Patty Wax was something pumpkin, I think. Perfectly Pumpkin or something like that. And I just got that one because it's fall time. Yes, and by the way, I re-listen to my videos after I record them occasionally, and that noise that you hear in the background is my air conditioner kicking on in my camper. It's very loud because we are in a camper, so it seems to be extremely loud in my videos, but yeah, there's nothing I can do about that. When I get home, I generally have a fan in the room going, but you won't hear this kind of stuff anymore. So yeah, oh, I knocked it right out of there. My gems look like they've got gaps in them, and I'm trying to figure out what did I do here to cause all this gapping. Now, I don't know. I guess there is a certain amount of gapping. You can't really get them absolutely perfect. I don't know, or maybe you can, and it's just me. I don't know. But I can't seem to get them absolutely perfect. But yeah, so I don't know. Can you tell what this stuff is from the video? I doubt it. I doubt that you can tell, but it might be upside down to you. I don't know. But that's a little rat, a spider. I'm not sure. I think that's another spider up there. Ooh, I feel a gem popping up right there. Let's poke her down. I think I got this little section done now, though. Yeah, I am pretty sure. Yeah, got a magnet under there. Yep. There's my magnet. So, I think this video, by the time it goes up, it's going to be, I should be at home by then. But I wanted to go ahead and record it so I didn't forget to tell you about the cat thing, the little kitten rescue, because I was really excited and proud of myself that I got to actually rescue a kitten and save its life. Unfortunately, I'm not able to keep it, but I did get to save it, so that was a highlight of my day, and I wanted to share it. So this video will probably not go up because I try not to do more than once a week of a whip and chat. So right now I have one going up in a week because I just had the first one come out. I have one going out in a week, and then this one will be the week after that, so I should be home by then. And then I will start doing them more currently. I will be able to upload them immediately, so you'll get more current, more recent news. I did want to mention, though, I finally got Audible. I've been thinking about it for a couple of years, actually, about getting Audible. And I finally pulled the trigger and got a subscription. And I got 1 credit, which is 1 book, which of course I chose, Harry Potter. I have the books, I've read the books, but I can now listen to the book while I'm diamond painting. So each month you get 1 credit. I don't know if any of you have a Audible subscription? So if you do, or even if you don't, do any of you read? And if you do, what is a good author that you like? Now, I'm not into like romance kind of books, really. Actually, the kind of books that I like are trying to get rid of this. There we go. The kind of books I love the Harry Potter books, but I'm not really into a lot of things like Harry Potter. I just happen to like Harry Potter. But I really like James Patterson, although they're very expensive. So like crime, mystery, suspense, that kind of thing is movies and books. That's my thing. Suspense, mystery, that kind of stuff. So I put my cover minder away without its magnet. Let's see, I need to pick a new one. If you guys know any good books that are like mystery themed or suspenseful kind of things, leave that in the comments. I would love to hear some suggestions for a good book to try, especially if you know any that are on the Audible free section. They don't need to pay for, so because your subscription comes with a whole lot of books that you can get for free. But so yeah, if you think of anything that, you know, was really good, throw it down in the comments. If you're enjoying these whipping chats, give me a thumbs up, because it really helps me, and then I know to keep doing this. The first one hasn't gotten a ton of views. It's only been a couple of days though, and well, I don't have a ton of subscribers, so I'm not expecting a ton of views, but I am getting a few likes on it, so I thought I would do some more, and we'll see how they go. If you have watched this and you're not subscribed, I would love it if you would subscribe, because, you know, all the YouTube things. Yeah, I guess that's about it for today. It's been 55 minutes, so I have gabbed long enough. Yeah, I guess that's it. All right. If you guys have listened to the end of this whipping chat, if you would, leave a kitten emoji for my little kitten, or a cat, whatever, any kind of cat emoji in the comments for my little kitten that I saved today. And yeah, so that's it for today, guys. I'm gonna let you go and finish working on my piece here. Well, I'll probably still be working on it next week when I do whipping chat. But anyway, I hope y'all have a fantastic week, and you can look for some more unboxings, and I have a finish of It Tastes Better When We Share. I don't think I've done that one yet. I have a whole bunch of more unboxings to do. So, yeah, all that will be coming, and all right, so I will see you all soon in the next one. Bye, guys.